Now, amid efforts to contain the virus, the government now says politicians could be eroding gains made in the fight by encouraging large gatherings. The meetings have taken the form of food donations or what they call sensitization. But as Chemutai Goin reports, some of the politicians insist they are merely responding to distress calls from their constituents.
43 days since Kenya confirmed the first coronavirus case, and the number has soared to 336 after tests conducted on 946 samples confirmed 16 new cases. 11 of them originating from Nairobi County, while Mombasa, which has over the past 4 days taken up the lion's share, registering 5.
These 16 positive were picked out from among communities by our surveillance teams. Of these, 11 were in Nairobi and 5 in Mombasa.
The virus is spreading like wildfire. Over 10 counties have already been hit, forcing the government to intensify its mitigation efforts. But defiance by reckless politicians in observing the restriction guidelines is undermining the gains.
We wish to remind all Kenyans, including our political leaders, to desist from undermining the laid down rules and guidelines.
Tumekuja hapa kupambana na ugonjwa wa coronavirus.
This video of Governor Kiraitu Murungi taken in Maua, Meru County, in what he says was a sensitization meeting of the residents, caught the eye of the authorities. The crowd did not adhere to social distancing directives and some did not have masks, but the governor has since defended himself, insisting he was ensuring the county was prepared.
As far as we are concerned, we shall continue with the good work that we are doing. And no amount of noise, no amount of political propaganda, and no social media insults will distract us from our tireless efforts in the fight against coronavirus.
Hundreds of kilometers away in Elgeyo Marakwet County, Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, accompanied by Kapsaret's Oscar Sudi and Kangogo Bowen of Marakwet East, went to condole with residents of Chesogony following a landslide that claimed lives and causing many more to lose their property. Here too, there was no social distancing and masks were a mirage. The Ministry of Health now worried they may be mopping the floor while the tap is still running.
While the intention of these gatherings could be noble, like what we saw in Meru and Elgeyo Marakwet, the execution violates our social distancing rules that we have been preaching day in, day out.
Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, however, in a tweet, insists he did not call for a meeting and was visiting their aggrieved residents. The Ministry of Health also warned leaders who have chosen to defy directives on emergency food distribution and have instead insisted on doing it themselves and allowing hundreds of Kenyans to congregate. But even with these frustrations, the government is too without blame. This group of elderly people from Cherangany, Trans Nzoia County, aged above 50, who came to collect their dues, part of the state package to cushion the most vulnerable, has seemingly never heard of social distancing. A number did not have masks, despite them being the most vulnerable to COVID-19. Amid this, however, this week has had some highlights. No death has been reported the past 7 days, and in the last 24 hours, there were 5 recoveries, bringing the total number of those discharged to 94. While Kenyans are encouraged by the seemingly low rate of infections, the government is maintaining the message that the virus is still out there and there is no room for complacency. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.